camera because I'm prototyping a hat band. I have two ideas. So I went scrounging around for some, you know, what are these called? Like, you know, things sparkle, shiny, sequins, some kind of crystally, sparkly thing. And I came up with some options that I didn't think would work. And then I found this is an old headband. It had some of this lace, which I'm going to use in my junk journal, actually, when I find the rest of it that I cut off on the back of it. So my daughter wore it as a headband in high school, and it's been sitting in a jewelry box. So I cut that off, and I had bought this like leather strap that I thought would work pretty good from Michael's, I think. And I also got some of these. I also got some of these to like clamp it and then be able to connect it. But I don't think I'm going to use them because I maybe have an idea. So here's the hat in question. We got this at a resale thrift shop for $5. And she needs a hat to wear for the like halftime show, the right after intermission for Miss Kansas. And she's not a, you know, typically we live in Kansas, but you know, Western wear kind of gal. So found some boots at a resale shop, and she's got to wear denim shorts and a white shirt, which she has, a belt which she bought online, and everything needs to be brown, but everything isn't the exact same color brown. Anyway, I digress. We wanted to put a hat band on it and something kind of sparkly. So I just, I cut this, and because I've never made a hat band before, I thought I cut it to size. So it does go all the way around here. When you stretch it, it just, you know, goes end to end here. And so what I thought I would try to do, I don't necessarily want to glue it to the hat, I don't think. But glue the ends together with some tacky glue. I was looking for my Fabri-Tac, but I didn't find it. So, and then I thought I would put this on top of it. I don't know if I'm going to glue it to it, but that is an option. And I thought I would cover it right at the seam, and then this would actually be the front. So, it would, you know, I'd move everything around so that it would sit here, and then the seam would be joined under this, and this would be the front of it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I had the thought that I would turn on the camera and kind of document the process. That way, if it turns out, yay. And if it doesn't, I'll hit delete. And you'll be none the wiser. And then I will try plan B. So I've never actually tried to glue. I guess this isn't open yet. I've never actually tried to glue leather. And I don't even know if this is gonna work. Let's find some bigger scissors. Is that how you would get this off? Oh wait, look at that. This may be a cap. I can actually tell if it's just my fingers twisting that around or if it's actually supposed to come off. How about we try a little paintbrush? We got some over here that are just for this kind of thing. Yeah, so again, don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna try it. And I figure, you know, what can go wrong? I mean, are those famous last words? So let's see if we can just join the seams here like this. I guess I'm trying to be on camera here, but I don't know if this is actually going to work. I mean, I guess I could, now that I'm thinking about it, glue, this is just wax paper under here, but I could glue something as a support underneath it, since really this is going to be covered by the, here, what about this? I mean, is there probably some other material? Should have maybe thought of this ahead of time, because I don't know, but if I have like a piece of you know, something to go kind of underneath. Give this seam something to hold on to, you know, in the back. So let's try that. Look at that. We'll just use this Post-it note here, because I don't think it really has to be even, you know, no, just like a base or something. Okay, let's try that again. I was thinking, even if I accidentally glue it to this, what made me have that idea was, I thought, what if I glue it to this wax paper? Well, guess what? I will just cut around it. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to stick, but this might, right? If I have to cut the edges, that's okay. Oh, there, how's that maybe? Maybe I'll do another piece on that. Just over the, because again, I'm gonna lay the little rhinestone headband over it, so it doesn't have to be pretty even. All right. I guess I don't have to make that as long as that either. We are just gonna figure it out together, right? This is what pageant moms do. In case you're wondering, aside from, you know, chauffeur and photographer, Mama Rotzi, that's my nickname, we are also crafter extraordinaire, t-shirt maker, button maker, alterations. Well, actually, for the big projects, we take that to Juliana at Quick Stitch, because she is fabulous about that. But you know, if it just needs a little something. Now during pageant week, they have dorm moms that stay with them all week long, and you know, provide assistance if they need something, you know, and they are pretty amazing. Kathy and Krista. I think who else is back there with them. I know there's somebody else, but it's not coming to mind right now. And you know, if they need a little something like a hem, or you know, they have a steamer. Oh my goodness, I think that was actually a genius idea that I had accidentally. I think that's gonna probably hold it. Now it's not feeling super flexible right now, but maybe if we form it a little while it's drying the rest of the way. Oh goodness, that is fantastic. Okay, so where did this come from? So my thoughts are, she will not wear this as a headband again, because you know, she was in high school. I could put this right at the center, which she's going to be on stage and no one's going to see it. Or I could put it closer over here to the side where it's less, maybe. I mean, it's not really noticeable, actually. In fact, if we don't even tell her, she won't know it's there, right? My thoughts are, I can either Fabri-Tac this down, right? Glue it down. I was thinking if I got the hot glue, but I don't know how it's gonna hold with the leather. Or if I just tack it down, like stitch it down, which, because that's pretty thick leather, I'm not actually gonna be able to go through the leather. I would have to go around it. But you wouldn't really see the stitching, I don't think, because it's just like a slightly overlapping. So if I ran the stitch over between there and like here, that way it's just kind of tacked. So my thought is, I mean, I could glue it down, right? I could, but it's $5. But you can see they had maybe something tacked there before, I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like they did. But what if she wants to change the hat band for the next time she needs a hat for something, which she probably won't. And really, this is a throwaway hat. My thoughts are, what if they have to toss it on stage? You know, I don't want this necessarily to come flying off, but I do think this is going to be, let's see, maybe it's not totally dry yet. Yeah, so see, that's just perfect. It's actually going to sit on there just fine. But if they toss it, you know, well, it's not going to come off. I don't want this to, you know, go flying. So my next thought is, I got some glue on that already. My next thought is, maybe, do I have any stain that I could, oh, look at that. Some stain that I could stain that up with, or paint, you know, just make it look a little more concealed in there. And I do have, let's see, what do we got? I got some Distress inks. We got some others. Let's just pull all those out. See if we can find oh, look at that. Our glitter glue. That's fine. This is, okay, these are not gonna be good. So we do have Vintage Photo, but I'm thinking maybe walnut. Maybe I can blend a couple together. Tea dye, I don't know, I'm not dark enough. Rusty, I don't know, most of these two are maybe optionals. Another Vintage, that one's probably getting old. This is my new one. Okay, so not these, but let's just play around, right? Let's just, I mean, knock some of the yellow off, right? Well, that's really all we're trying to do, is just conceal it. It doesn't have to be, does not have to be perfect. And honestly, I don't even think someone's going to look at it and go, wow, you've got Post-it notes glued to that. You know, I'm not, but, you know, I want her to feel confident in her hat that she will wear for all of less than 5 minutes, I think, each night. Because I think they'll probably do this both Friday and Saturday night. So Friday is preliminary nights, and Saturday is finals. And so they will probably do the show both. Okay, that's getting better. Both nights. But if not, then it would just be the one. All right, that's okay. We're getting there. Let's see. How does this one look? Walnut. Yes, I just use these cheap things. Throw them away when they're not. Okay, this doesn't feel very. Oh, yeah, that's better. Oh, yeah, that's good. I almost blend that right in like a leather patch. Oh, now that I've finished that, that would probably have been a good thing. But you know what? Here we are. I mean, I can tell. I can tell it's there, but I don't think anybody else is, because no one's really going to be looking that close. I mean, my daughter might, but I don't think it's going to be. Yes. Okay. Now, let's get that. How's that drying? Well, a little. Okay. That way, if I just put it right on there, you're not even gonna tell. That is awesome. Okay, so my next thing is, do I just glue it right on? And I'm feeling like, honestly, she's never gonna wear these two things for anything again. This has been sitting in a jewelry box really since high school. If I really need another one, I think we got it at Claire's. Claire's at the mall, probably. This feels like anything someone would wear for any bridal veil ever. So, let's see. How do I feel about... All right, I found some little... This probably came in like you know, one of, oh, gee, that is perfect. This probably came in one of those, you know, little pocket care emergency thread, emergency thread things. Let's see, where's that? Oh, there it is. Emergency kit. Yeah, emergency, you know. This is exactly what we need. So I have no idea how much of it I'm going to need. So let's just do, we're going to tack both sides maybe around. I don't know. That sounds good. That looks like a lot. But we are going to double it. The main goal I have here is that it stays on throughout their performances. And let's see, we needed a needle. Can use this one, it doesn't matter. I do have a needle threader, but I got a big one because it's not actually going through any fabric, it's just going through the between the gemstones. So I will have to find a way to anchor it down, even though I'm not, since I'm not sewing through the, let's see, where's our halfway point? About here. There we go. Okay, so, all right, there we go. Now, my thinking is that I will just, you know, kind of whip stitch it around here like that, you know, so it's not gonna be, you know, anchored through there, which will that cause slippage? I don't know. We shall see. This is not easy to pick up. My nails are just getting long enough. I need to go back to the salon and get them trimmed. Okay. If you ever need to sew a rhinestone headband to a hat band, and you find an easier way, please let me know. Drop a comment down there. Or if you are a hat band maker, I don't know, that may be a thing actually. I think this is gonna work pretty good. I mean, she wore this in her hair a lot as a headband, and she had really long hair. So I think it's pretty sturdy here. Yeah, and there's really no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just trying to go in, and then I go around every now and then I go through if there's a way through, like, you know, between the rhinestones. Probably is the best way actually, because it's just going to hold it. If we go around, it's just going to hold it down. And add a little bit of this just to kind of hold it down. Where'd my paintbrush go? On the bottom, just to like hold those threads down a little. Again, this is on the back side, so I don't feel like I need to stain them down. All right, half down, have to go. Yeah, not pretty, but it doesn't have to be, because no one's gonna see the back side. Just gonna sit on their hat, you know what? And if I want to put another piece down to like reinforce that, I might do that before we're all done. You know, if I had some embroidery thread this color, that probably would have been a little sturdier, but I think this is actually, you know what I just did? I just tied that in a knot without putting the needle through. All right, Deanna. That's important. Round 2. And I think starting here again is good. Just kind of the same anchor point. Why not? But again, in the grand scheme of things, no one is going to be able to see it from the stage. I don't even think the girl dancing next to her will be able to see it, but I will probably fast forward all this and do a voiceover. But if I don't, you get to see. Oh yeah, I 100% will. Looks like this has taken me about 30 minutes so far. Project time for something that I'm making up as I go. How many pairs of scissors do I need? Let's cut a couple more pieces. Like the way I eyeballed that? Okay. This is what skills you learn being a junk journalist. How to recycle materials and upcycle them and make something new. So, if ever you wondered if just messing around with recycled things will help you in the real world, aside from just being a fun, creative outlet, yes. Yes, it does help you. Comes in very handy. Okay. Now we're just going to put this right back over the top of that there, just to like hold those down. Actually, I think there's nothing wrong with doing that all the way through, to be quite honest with you. Why not? Now, I think once this sets down on the hat band, you are not going to know it didn't come that way. I mean, you'll know if you watch this video. Okay, we're good there. But you'll know if I showed you. But otherwise, I feel pretty good about it. We're gonna let it dry, and then I'll come in and if I need to do things, little, trim a couple of these little, but I don't think so. I think it's pretty good. I'm pleased with it. On today's episode of Trash to Treasure, well, I guess this leather strip was the only thing that wasn't like recycled. I actually bought this from Michael's. I think it was like $4 and some change. This is at least 10 years old. At least. I got it probably when my daughter was, 9th, 10th grade, so it's maybe even more than that. Yeah, the thread came, it's just been sitting in my drawer. Came from a thread thing. So there you go. 2 things that weren't recycled. But I think it's going to look good on here. So let's come back when I've got it on and it's dry, and we'll go from there. So thanks for working through this with me. If you get really close to it, you can see the stitching, but it blends in so good. And as you get right here, you cannot even see where I joined the seams with a Post-it note. Come on. And it's going to be very sparkly under the stage lights. So I'm going to say this is a win. So if you're looking for a way to dress up a thrift store hat find. This is my recommendation.